options. Top screen. Do this. Yeah. So everything that you can do with your programming language, Java, Python, you can still do it. Yeah. So we'll see mainly in data analytics what you can achieve. Yeah. Who has used Python before? All of you? Python. Okay, who has not? You have used it? You have used it? Have you used Python before? Have you? A little bit. Have you used Python before? Have you? Little bit. Have you? Not. Okay, very good. So we need to start from the very basic then. And then we go step by step, but mainly in data analytics. So we are going to learn Python for the purpose of data analytics. What you are going to learn today, it might be different to someone who's going to learn Python for the purpose of development. It might be different for someone who's going to learn Python for the purpose of web development. So it's different from the purposes. So for the data analytics, since it is your first time to learn Python, we will see how you can create your own data inside the Python and how you can import files, attachment. Let's say you have Excel file and you need to bring it in Python. How can you do that? Once the data is inside the Python, how can you start doing sorting, filtering, grouping, cleaning, visualizations, and then we'll go to the next step of modeling, making some machine learning models. Who knows what is machine learning? That should be our end goal. This class, we should all be able comfortably to explain what is machine learning with examples. Machine learning. It should be, who knows machine learning? With a real application. So what is machine learning?
Make model to do something.
Yes. That's it.
Our language or Python language.
Yes. She said it. You feed the model the data, and then the model can run and understand the patterns. It can make the future prediction. Same application of time series. Let's say you can be working in the search of, let's say, a geospatial data set, and they are giving you the data of temperature in Sudan for the past 5 years. Can you be able to predict the future 1 year, how temperature is going to be, how humidity, the rainfall, the export? Let's say they are giving you the total number of exports that happen every day. Based on the history of 5 years, how it has been happening every day, can you be able to predict the next month? So you feed the machine in the past for it to know what's most likely to happen in the future. That's the machine learning. You can be working in the medical, in the health sector, and they are giving you the specifications of, let's say, 1,000 patients. If they smoke, their age, their family size, their diabetes quantities on their sugar level, and if they were sick or not. 1,000 customers. If they give you one customer, machine can be able to understand if this patient is sick or not, based on the past 1,000 customers that it's done before. So we're going to see the examples for us to break this down. But before doing so, we need to understand Python step by step, creating arrays, lists, slicing, and maybe creating simple charts, and doing data cleaning. After data cleaning, importing data in the Python, doing the real grouping, saving the result as Excel and so on. So everything is going to be very simple. So for us to get somewhere to write the Python code, they are always in two formats. So you can write Python code on the terminal. Terminal is somewhere you write something and that it disappears. You won't see it again and again. But how can I write my Python code and save it as attachment so that tomorrow I can open it again and again and read what I have written yesterday? So that's most applicable ways of learning Python for everybody else. Yeah. You save the Python. You save the Python file as .py or where's the no? Yes, you have one. You need to write something. Yeah, please. I can be using this. So for you to understand, not let me just show you extension. You know what the file extension is? Very good. You know what the document is? Extension is docs. Excel document. What is the extension of Excel? Very good. Extension of the file. So now, if SQL file, it's .sql. But when you are on this on the Python, you would need to have .py or that .ipg something. I'll check. Yeah, I have it here. Let me just do this 1 second. So that's what helps you to be able to save the Python file for you to use it next time. Let me do like this. I know it doesn't look well when it is duplicated, but you will get it. So if you have, let's say, a file with .py, if you have .py, that's how you save Python file. .py, that's going to be executable file in Python. Yeah, that's one option. You can save your Python file in this format, or you can also save it in let me confirm, it is here. This file, this extension, I have it here. Right, this one. Let me show you. This IPNG. Let me just write it here. Yes, IPY. Yes, NB. This is other extension of how you can save your Python file for you to open it tomorrow and see what you have coded and so on and so on. So every time when you see the files with these extensions, bear in mind that this is Python file. Very interesting component. So on Terminal, I haven't seen someone who is going to learn Python from basic to advanced using Terminal. It is very doable, but it's not practical. You won't be able to see what you have done. So you know what let me just do one. If you want to run Python on Terminal, you will come and write, if I need to write my I search Anaconda. Normally there's something called Anaconda. It's another application that you can install, and it will come with the Python, Jupyter Notebook, and so many packages. So you can open its prompt. Now from here, you can start coding in Python. But the problem with this command, it is disappearing. If you close it, you won't see it again. So that's why you can use it when you are trying to run the executable files that you have already, your program and so on, your application, your dashboard, and so on. But no one really will come and do the Python code here. Let me see. You see now I'm inside the Python. So I can perform any mathematical operations like this. I will see the result. If I need, let's say, this minus, let's say minus this, I will see the result. It can do the mathematical operation. This, it was minus, maybe minus this. It will give me the answer. So you can, this is Python, mathematical operations within Python. But the problem with this command, when I close it, tomorrow, I want to see what I have done. So that's why we need to run it with a file we can save. We can know what you have run on the day 1, day 2, day 3, saving our work for the future learning. So we now understand the difference between working on terminal, this called the terminal command line. Who is familiar with this guy? We are all developers. Who is the first time to see this guy? The terminal. No, you can't. You are the first. Who is the second? Have you used the command? I wrote up. Have you used the command line? Have you used the command line before? No. Not really. Who has used it? You? You? Have you used the command line? That's something you have to know. That's something you have to know. Command line is something you have to know, okay? It's very important because you can't understand how Python, in the future, you might need to use one library or package, and you find that it is not inside the Python. You need to install it. You need to change the environment. So it's better to have a little knowledge of command line. Very little, not much. Command line. Command line. Command line interface. Let's start with that. We'll just 20 minutes. Command line. It is called the command line. command line interface. What is command line interface? So in short, command line interface, yeah, it's just something that is inside the computer. It can be on MacBooks, can be on Windows, it can be on Linux. Who has used the Linux before? Linux operating system. You can't use Linux when you are not good in the command line. So it's something that can help you to see the folders. Everything that you do manually, you can still do it on the folder or on the command line. So every computer has a command line. The purpose of command line, it can help you to execute the programs, to open the website, to create folders, to read some files on command line without going inside in your computer. It can also show you the folders, how it is arranged in your computer. So we are going to do a simple example for command line, all of us. Let's click on the search button, just your window button. You have window button, right? Write CMD. This is CMD. When you write CMD, something called the command prompt will come. You see that? You open it. When you open that CMD, it will show you that you are working within your username and the computer that you are working in. Yeah. Inside there, you can, if you want to know the list of folders you have inside, what are the list of folders that are inside there? You use command line. Which command can it help us to display the list of folders we have inside user ndahi like that? Yeah. So you write a command called dir. This dir, it's called the directory. When you run it, it will show me the list of folders that I have inside Emmanuel or Ndahiman. So this is my parent folder. If I go in my computer in the browser and do I need to show this in the two ways for you to understand what command line does. So you come in the user and to go into Ndahi. So all of those folders that I have here, that's what command line is showing. Yeah? That's what command line is showing. Every folder that you have inside this command line, when you type dir, it's displayed all the directories you have. When you use Linux, you will use ls. If you are on Linux or Mac, you use ls. It will show you the list. But on Windows, you use dir. So let's say that you are inside in Ndahimana like this, but you want to go inside, let's say, this folder or this document or download. How can you go in that folder? Which command can you use to change from one directory to another? Exactly. It's a CD. You write your CD, and then you type the directory you want to go into. You don't have to type it all. One word or two words, you do tap, Windows will give it to you. And then you do enter. So now I'm inside the downloads. If I need to see the list of documents or list of folders that I have inside downloads, I can still do what? The previous. There. That's the command line. If I need to delete something, I can simply do it with R like this, and then you put the file name. It will remove it. If you need to add everything that you do within your computer, you can still do it here on the command line. The same, yes, you have something to say? You see, so yeah. If you want to grant the user permission on a database, someone you need to make them admin and so on, you go to the command line, you grant access. Yeah, you need to log into your server. You can log it through on the command line. But the problem with that, you want to be able to save your work. If you close it, next time you won't see it.
This is those systems.
Yes. Yeah. Everything that you do within your computer, you can do it here on. Or you can search online. There are so many commands. You can move one file from one folder to another by just typing them, by using the appropriate command. You can open anything you want. You just put the name. You just put name. Let's say I'm here and I wanted to open, let's say, this document called verify table or vision user access by department. If I want to open this document, I don't have to struggle. I can just write it there. If I do like this, and do like this, it will come there as Excel. If I do like this, it will go ahead and open Excel file. If I have Word document, I can open it without going to search it, as long as I can access it from my directors. So everything that you are doing on your computer, you can still do it without leaving the command line interface. So command line, it's really something every developer that has to master. It has so many commands, so many, you know it. So now let's go back to our guy, which is Python. Our guy is Python. So now we are coding on command line. The problem with this, I can't save it and open it next time. But you can do a lot of things, as you can still do it in the savable, or in the file that you can save for the future. So Python, let's go to the place where we can now write our Python files and save it. Yeah. Let's say that I'm here. You can simply open any Python file, or you can even add a new. Any folder you are working in, go with me. You can go and open a file. You can go and open a file. Here you can add a new file. You give it a name with extension. If you give it a proper extension, this VS Code will know that this is a Python file. There is no other way that VS Code will know it is Python. You give it a name, dot, good or proper extension, either Py or IPYNB. Yeah. So let's just create one file for running purpose and call it. Just are we together? Let's go together. It's better to do the practice when we are going together. So you see where I clicked. You see where I clicked. So you come. Are you inside here? Go to your file. You see files. Yeah, and then from there you can be able to just click on the add, or go in the folder you want to work in, and then you click on this add new file. It will ask you what's the name of the file. So let me maybe call it Python class. Python class. Python underscore class. Before I finish, I have to give it extension dot IPYNB, like this. After doing that, it will know that this man is trying to create a Python file. Now I'm here inside where I can create or add so many cells in Python for me to do next or future development. So I have opened a file called Python class.pyynb, and now I'm able to write my Python code. With this option, you can write the code, save it, you delete it, edit it, either tomorrow, next tomorrow, and so on. Let's see if we can all be to this place and try to perform real mathematical operations, and then we go step by step. We have, let's make sure that we can all create simple Python underscore class.ipynb, and then we start doing some practices. It has to be interactive. You can't do it alone. So what the hell? You can print here what? Yeah. You can print here what? That's very good. You can print here. It's for all the. Can you print here what? Also very good. That's interesting. I didn't know that you were such far. Don't leave space. Between the print and the parentheses, you don't leave space. So yeah, you put something inside. That's very good. I'm happy for that. Very happy for that. So now let's go together and do the practices. I like that. That's very good. Thanks, man. So let's now see how you can simply print the hello word. Yeah, you print hello word. You have to put it in the quotation marks because it is word. Always something that is not numeric or number, it has to be put under quotation marks. You can choose to use double quotation marks or single quotation marks. They also work. If you choose to use single quotation marks, it will work. Yeah, it will work. It will work. Let me see. Huh? What did I use? What am I using? Let me just pick any environment. And I have a lot of environment.
Okay. Okay, very good. Yeah, thanks. So now I can simply print. Let me select the environment. I have this Python. Let me use any. So my print here what? Okay, just starting the package. So that's you can choose to use a single quotation marks or double. Let me do extension. That's when it will be big. Let me show you. Yeah, this way. Okay. So now you can print everything as long as it is under quotation marks. Everything that is under quotation marks, it can still give it out. But what if you have a number and you need to perform mathematical operations? Yeah, it's finished. Why is it taking longer? Yet it is setting the environment. Should use base. Why? So save that file and give it any name you like. Why? Why is it taking longer? Is it taking longer? Let me see this. Let me see this. See this. See this. Let me see this. It is okay? What is my output? Huh? Okay. Where? Hey, okay. I see. Coming. So I should run and see. This is the output. Should be able to see the outputs. Okay. Yeah, it has come. Yeah. So this is how you can simply print something that is under the quotation marks with the function called print. So print is the function that you can use while you want to display something. Yeah, you have something that you are coding, maybe it is a variable, it is a table, you want to show it on the Python, so you can use the print and be able to see it. So next, let's see how you can perform the mathematical operations inside the Python. So now this is called a cell. So you can add as many cells as you want. As you can see, we have so many cells. This is cell, this is a cell, this is a cell. So we have so many cells. You can add as many cells as you want. Something that you can also know, the cells does not need to be always the code. You can also have the markdown cell. Markdown cell means a cell that you can type something like a title or a paragraph. Maybe let's say you are going to code something that is related to the mathematical operation or statistics. So you can write a paragraph on top of them that this section below is going to be part of statistics and mathematics. So when you use Markdown is going to be like a text. Yeah, it's like something you can type a word paragraph. So you need to choose Markdown or code. Code is when you need to program something that you will run for output, for sum, for cleaning, for visualization, and so on. But if you need a title of what you're going to do, you write that title in the Markdown format, which is here on top. So you choose Markdown, and then you come here and you put the title. Let's say, let me just put it, I use triple hash and say maybe mathematical operations. operations. When you run it, it is going to be just like a sentence or a title. So you can even under it put something, some other small sentences that this section is for mathematical functions. Yeah, functions and operations. So when I run it, this is just going to be like a title of what we're going to do next. So always know if you need to put, so you will always see this. People will mix the code and some explanation, code and explanation. That's when you need one cell that will contain maybe a paragraph or a sentence or a title of what is going to follow next. You can still do it inline. We're going to see that. So you run it, running, you see how we run it. You can click here on the right side. You will have something that is run. This is run the cell, but most people use Shift Enter. Did you understand what I just said? Yeah. When you need to run a cell, you use Shift Enter. I don't click. Yeah, I finished to write these things and then I use Shift Enter. Shift Enter will run it. You have a shift, hold Shift and then you click Enter. It will run your cell. And then below, we can start doing, let's say, mathematical operation like summation, multiplication, division, and so on, before we create some variables. Yeah, let's say I'm going to use summation. Inside there, I can also put a comment. Yeah, I can say summation or addition. Let me just use addition. Addition operation. Operation of numbers. Yeah. So inside the Python, inside the code, you can also choose to put comments. If something is comment, it starts with this hash. If you need to put a comment, you start with the hash. You see that? So this hash, it helps Python to understand that this thing doesn't have to run. It's just a comment. Huh? Yes, that's for the comments. So now we can simply do simple mathematical operation. If I take 3 maybe plus 8, 9, something like this. If I run, I should be able to see the output. You see that? Below here, I can also add another cell if I like. If you click below, you will be able to see that you can add another cell. And before you add a cell, it is suggesting you if you want to add a code or markdown. Is it something to run or it's just a paragraph for explanation? You see? So if I choose here, it is going to add a cell which can be the words, the paragraph or title. But since I want, let's say, as a code for subtraction, let's do all mathematical operation. Let me do maybe subtraction. Subtraction of operation number. So I can simply come and say maybe take any number minus maybe something like this. If I run it, it will give me the difference between the two numbers. Yeah. So you are going to do multiplication is just use the star. Yes, or asterisk. Let's do multiplication and division, then we look into other mathematical functions that you can use to achieve the same. Yeah, that's for subtraction. If you want multiplication, you can just do this. For multiplication operation for numbers, you just do like this, and then wait. Yeah. So it is giving me example data to use. I don't have even to write it. Because of AI, my computer is AI embedded. I don't have to write everything. When I give a comment, you have seen it. It starts suggesting me the code that I can use. You see, so now for multiplication, you use this star. This star, it is used for multiplication. Is it easy to access the star with your keyboard? You have Arabic keyboard.
Shift S.
Yeah.
Shift S. We are people this Arab.
Yeah.
If you give me this keyboard, I'll be lost. Yeah. So for division, you just need use backward slash. Use backward slash and have the division. If I need to perform the division of operation for division operation for numbers, I can simply take some number. This is slash. You see, slash this. I'll get the output. You see, that's for multiplication, subtraction, and division. So you add some cells as I'm doing. You go below, at the end, you can now click on code or markdown. There are so many mathematical operations that you can run inside Python. So many. We have modulus. There are so many mathematical operations that you can run inside Python. Logarithmic function. Who knows logarithm? Logarithm. Trigonometry, cosinus, sinus, and so on. Tangent. You know all of those mathematical functions? They are inside here in the Python. Matrix. Someone who has used matrix. You need to compute the determinant of matrix, inverse of matrix, transpose of matrix, everything is there in Python. All the mathematical operations that you want, you can still achieve it using. I don't want. Let me just change this to be. Yeah. So let's now continue and see all the mathematical operations that you want. Let's say you want to do the power, the exponent. Let's say 2 power 8 or 8 power 5 something. If you need to do the exponent or power, you use this multiplication twice. Yeah, let's say exponential. So it's if I need to take something power the other, I use this multiplication twice. Let's say if I need the 3 power 2, 3 power 2. What's the result? 3 power 2. 9. So that's how you write the power. You use double multiplication twice. If you need the 3 power 3, it's 20 something, you see? So you use those multiplication twice. Yeah. So it might happen that you are working with let's say the age of patient, and you don't want the age to bring decimal numbers. You need the division, but the result should be real number, no decimals. Yeah. Let's say maybe you are taking the age divided by 3. Yeah. But you need the output to be the real number without decimals. So if you need to divide and the output should not bring decimals, if you need the integers, just integers, the real numbers, you can either use the round if you like, or you can also use the simple multiplication of division twice. This division twice will bring the real numbers only. Division operation result real number. You see, so you use this division twice. If you use this twice, the result is going to be the real number. Let's take the simple number we know. 7 over 2. What's the result? 0.5. But if I put the second, the result is going to be just 3. Yeah. So that's the double division.
You can put it in your function, in your big function you are writing, and if you need the output always to bring the real number, ignoring the decimals, use the double divisions. It doesn't round up or round it down. It just takes the real number. So most of those mathematical operations that we always need, they are available in Python. They are available in Python. You see? So let's now see the remainder, or the modulus of a number. When we say the modulus of number, it's something that remains when you divide. Yeah, the modulus of number. If I give you, let's say 10 divided by 3, you know the real number can end to 9. There will be remaining 1. So what function can I do between 10 and 3, and the result will be 1? If I take, let's say, 13, no, 16 and 7. 16 and 7, the real number can go up to 14, and the remaining value is going to be 2. What's the function can I do so that if I have 16 and 7, the result is going to be 2? That's the modulus. You can use which function? Which operation? Which operation can we use between 16 and 7 to get 2? It's a percentage. Yes, exactly. So that's that mathematical operation is called the modulus. Yeah, it's percentage. So I can add a cell here, code cell, and say the modulus of number. Modulus operation for numbers. So you see, if I take this, my system knows that the comment above, it's about the modulus. It suggests me the code. So I can put, let's say, 16 and 7, and the 3 or 7, whatever. If I put 7, the result is going to be 2. So the remainder, what if I divide how many times this value has, but what will be the remainder that cannot be divided? So if you need the modulus, use the percent symbol. It might happen. It might happen. I have used this function for business. It might happen that what you want is this function only. But when you learn sometime, you understand that maybe it doesn't have the real application. But there will be an instant where nothing else will work until you use this symbol. So the mathematical operations, you can even combine. You can do multiplication, divide. You can use parentheses and whatever. Yeah. So you can make a complicated operation and mix everything. The same thing you can do in the calculator. Yeah. Let's call it mixed operations. Yeah. Let me see what is going to suggest. Mixed operations. You see. So you can take something plus something minus something times, and maybe times maybe something minus 5, whatever you like. If you run it to give you the result. So if you are confused, of course, make sure that is using MDAS. So it starts with the multiplication, addition, subtraction, and something like division. Multiplication, division, and so on. Yeah. So you can even put the parentheses if you like. And when you do like this, it will take this value times this minus this, take this value minus the result, and so on and so forth. So you can do so many complicated analytics by using parentheses, whatever you like. You see that? And you do Control S to save your work. Yeah, you do Control S to save your work. It means this Python file, you can open it tomorrow and be able to see what you have done. You continue and do the rest of the work. Something interesting. Something super interesting. Now that we have seen some mathematical operations, yeah, but what if you want to use something like a cosinus, logarithmic, matrix, and so on and so forth? Are you able to do it here? Yes, it is possible, but is there any easiest way or function you can simply use? Yes, there is, by using libraries, packages. The reason why packages are there, you might be working, let's say, in the research, and you find that you and your team, and maybe with some guys from different countries, they were trying to model disease using multiplication, division, modulus, and so on and so forth. And you believe that if you publish that package, or if you code that and you save it, it can be reusable with the other people across the world. That's the meaning of package. So it is started by research. You can even create package as you want. You are developers, you can create your package or libraries. Package or libraries, they are used interchangeably. But the purpose of them is many people have to sit together and think of the functions most people need to use and create them in Python. So instead of you to come and create logarithmic manually, use this function called the cos, it will give you the cosinus of the value. Use this function called logarithm, it will give you the logarithmic function of that, or natural logarithm. So that's the meaning of packages. We will see the package that deals with the mathematical operations, which is called the NumPy. You know NumPy. We will see another beautiful function called the pandas. Pandas is for data manipulation and data analysis. That is its only purpose. Okay, you can use it for other purposes. But the owner who created the pandas was mainly interested into automating the tasks and operations the data analysts and scientists are doing. You see? So we can see which one that use machine learning. Anyone? Which package or libraries that use machine learning? Library, I need the library, package for machine learning. Yeah? Panda, yes. Pandas, yes. NumPy is for mathematical operations. NumPy is for mathematical operations. Pandas, it's for data manipulation and cleaning and visualization. It doesn't go into machine learning. It's limited into data cleaning, manipulation, plotting, bar chart, pie chart, and so on. But it doesn't go to model and create some machine learning. We see another library, you know, sklearn. sklearn is for mainly machine learning. TensorFlow and so on and so forth. There are so many that are mainly for machine learning. For visualization and reporting. In the library, you have it's sklearn. It's sklearn, just like this. This is A. Sklearn. This is N. This is R. This is mainly for machine learning. Read about it. This is for machine learning. Machine learning. Machine learning models. Machine learning models.
Stand for scikit.
Yes. So for time series, I would like to use what you call profit. This pH. Profit, it's pH. Profit for time series. We have so many. You can even use one called ARIMA. ARIMA, it's AM. Yeah. It is also for time series. But it's something that you need to know. For visualization and plotting. Any library in mind? We we have what we call multiplotly or seaborn. Seaborn or multiplotly. Those are the library. We will learn it. We'll learn it. Yeah. So this is how you can simply perform the mathematical operations inside the Python. But let's see how you can now be able to use packages or libraries. Yeah. Someone has developed so many functions and put them under the libraries for us to use it in the future. Let's import the mathematical operation, the mathematical library. I'm going to add a section or one cell which is markdown and call it mathematical libraries. I can put this to make it as a title and call it mathematical library. NumPy. It is called NumPy. This is the one of the giant or the widely known library for mathematical operations like trigonometry, logarithmic functions, matrix, whatever mathematics function you want to do, probability, so many mathematical functions you want to do, use NumPy. So let me just put a comment. This is called importing library. This is how you import the library in Python. You start saying import NumPy as NP. This is widely known, but you can also change and give it your name. After writing this command, it means going forward, I'll be using NP dot any function, NP dot any function. So it means every function that is inside the NumPy is going to be, yes? It's not installed. Okay, if it is not, okay, do this command. Let's see if it runs. If it doesn't, we will install it. If you run this command and doesn't, even me, NumPy. Okay, very good. So if it doesn't, you can simply install the package. Go to one code line and say pipe install. Put this hash and then do pipe install. Pipe install. It's pipe install. Pipe install NumPy, and then you run it. Pipe install. That's simply how you can run the libraries when you find that it's not installed within your Python. You do pipe install. Pipe, you do this exclamation mark, pipe space install space NumPy. So it means you're going to install that library that has everything that belongs to mathematical operation. Maybe put a comment on top. That's how to install the library. You need to have internet, of course. Installing NumPy library, and you can use the same approach. Use the same approach as below. So any library that you are using and you believe to install other libraries, so you can simply do pipe exclamation marks pipe install NumPy. If you run it, it will install it. For me, it has done it. You see the default user instruction because this and this and this, any release of this, but it simply says that it is already installed. Pipe install NumPy. Now, if I run it, it should not still giving me the error. Why? Default to user installation because the normal C package is not readable. Huh? Okay. The new pipe is available. PDs. Don't face any challenge. If you change this, you can simply do. For you, did it work? Did it work? Still starting. I have this error. Maybe I need to update my pipe. Yeah, my pipe has to be upgraded. Did it work for some? Okay, very good. So my pipe was out of date. You need to update the pipe, which is the command that's used to install the libraries. That was the meaning of error. Okay. Well, let's see. Pipe star NumPy. See. Let's see. Let's see. Why this? It should be there. Let me remove this exclamation mark and see sometimes. I don't know what it's doing, but normally session because the normal package is not readable. You can do this and find NumPy here. Import NumPy as NP. No module called NumPy. No, it should be there. Let me see what this error simply means. Did it work?
Yes.
Okay, let me sort mine. Let me sort my error. Should work. Huh? Dependence? Which error? The user installation because the normal package. Let me see. I can simply use it from this place. So I have it so many places. If I go here, I can still use it. Let me see. Let me see here. Import NumPy. NumPy is NP. Okay, here it works. So let me continue here. I'll see why on that environment it's not working. Busy? Okay, so now if you want to perform the mathematical operations, you can use this NumPy, NP. This NP is just any name. You can change it. You can change this NP to your name, but make sure every time when you need to borrow it, you will use your name dot and the other functions. So let's now do coding the NumPy. The NumPy form of a library for creating the mathematical function, for creating to create. Let's just start with the trigonometric function. Trigonometric function, simply. So you see, if I say np dot sine, this sine it's sinus, so it's sinus, yeah. You can simply also use pi over 2 and so on. If I do like this, they will tell me the result of this value. If I want, I can also put this under the print. I don't know why it's not showing down there, but it was still running though. Still running. If I do like this, it should give me the output. It is running. It takes a little time, but it comes. Yeah, it should give me the output. So this sinus of 0, what's the result of the sinus of 0? Yeah, let me just ignore this and put 0. What is the sinus of 0? For the mathematicians, it should tell me the output normally. It's 0. Sine of 0 is 0. So if you run this code, that means the sine or sinus function is inside the NumPy. So this NP, it has to be the same as here. If I use any name, I will use the same name here. Yeah? I don't know why it takes longer, but it should work. Why? Let me see why. This error. I don't know. Why this error? I haven't.
So at one it's installed, at another it's not installed.
Even where it is installed, it is taking longer. That's my worry. If it was working, I could be happy and continue. See, where's the result? Where can I key?
Put it in variable default.
Where can I interrupt it here? Okay, I see. Let me interrupt this. And they keep this. Let me make sure I cannot cross anyway. Don't save. Niba nabikozemo byinshi.
If you don't want to see this,
Well, okay. Trouble here. Let me see. It should be working normally. So now keep exploring. If it worked in your case, just do this and then click dot and then you hit tab. Do np dot and then you do tab. I don't know why this comes, but normally it gives you all the possible list functions that you can use. If you are here and then you do tab, it's because it has this value, but anyways, it should show you all the list of functions for you. Do this dot and then you hit tab. It will show you all the list of functions that you have inside your tabulation. Tab. You have on top of caps lock, you have tab, right? Do you see it? Dot tab. So you will see all the list of functions that are inside the NumPy. Try that. Dot, just a tab. You see all the lists of functions that you have inside the NumPy. There are so many. You see that? Huh? Then tab. Did it come? Did it display the list? I don't know why. Okay. I now see why. Did you see all the possible list of functions? Take it in downloads. It should work. See, seems to be promising though. Okay, perfect. Now it is working also. So here, for me, because of this AI, I can't get all those lists, but others can. Okay, very good. So even the Jupyter notebook, you can simply see all the list of functions that you can. So let me for example, put a simple trigonometric function. Yeah, let me just say trigonometric function. Yeah, so I can come and say np dot this. Okay, you see now they are also showing me all the list of functions that I can use inside NumPy. There are size, sort, space, split, square root. You see square root of values. You see sum, take, tangent. This is a trigonometric function as well. Trace. So there are so many functions that are inside. This is variance, vector dot. Yeah, if you are dealing with the matrix and you need to do the vector multiplication, there are so many functions that you can use from pandas. No, NumPy, sorry. Let me, for example, say that I need sinus of 90. If I run this, they should show me the result. If I need sinus of 0, I should be able to see the result. It's just a 0. You see? If I need to see, you can play around. Sinus of 180, you see the output. Sinus of any number. So the same thing, you could be struggling to look for the scientific calculator. You can still achieve it inside the NumPy. Yeah. Which other trigonometric function can we try? Any other? Apart from sinus, what is the other trigonometric function can we try? I need it from you. Trigonometric function. Apart from sinus, what is the other trigonometric function can we try? No mathematician. You are only developing. Any other trigonometric function? Huh? Huh? True? Oh, cosine. At least, yeah, cosine. So I can do np dot cosine. This is cos. This is the cosine. If I run this, I will see the result of cosine of 180. So I can play around and change any number. Yeah. So logarithmic function also. Who knows any logarithmic function? What is the logarithm of 1? What is the logarithm of 1? Logarithm, natural logarithm. What is the logarithm of 1? What is the logarithm of 0? What's the logarithm of 0? It's infinity. Logarithm of 1 is 0. Logarithm of 10 should be 1, 2 point something. Until you put logarithm, natural logarithm of e, that's when you can get 1. So those functions, they look sometimes weird, but you might need them in data analysis. There is a reason why we are learning those functions. You might need to do what you call data transformation. Yes, someone has given you the data for export, the volume. Maybe it was 10 tons, 100 tons, 80 tons, 50 tons, and so on. If you go to create machine learning model, it will struggle to understand the patterns because of the distance between one value and another. So instead of giving machine those 100 tons, 80 tons, 10 tons, 1,000 tons that has a value according to the dates, you change all the columns of tons into logarithmic values. Instead of giving it 100, you give it logarithm of 100. Instead of giving it 800, you give it logarithm of 100. So you transform a column from its original value to the logarithm of those values. Now the distance is going to be small. The machine will understand it better. We use it for data transformation. For enhancement, for the machine to be able to run the patterns. So mathematics, you can't run away from mathematics. It's the best. It's the best of best. Yeah. Who is not fan of mathematics? But you know how to count money, but you don't want. If I tell you, give me 4,000, you say, no, 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 no.
Yes.
If I tell you the logarithm of 4,000, no, I don't know. Number. No, this is the main purpose you are learning this logarithm. You will need it for data transformation. If you need to build a strong data science model or machine learning model, it's better to not give it a column of age as it is. Because on the column of age, someone will have 10 years old, another one is 30 years, another one is 60 years, 70 years, 5 years, 25 years. You see that gap, difference between one age to another? That will confuse a machine to give you a good result model. Instead of giving it the age the way they are, you choose to give it logarithm of age. So instead of having the column of 100, 90, 70, 10, 25, and so on, it will be the column of 1.0, 1.2, 1.5. Now the machine will understand the patterns better than the age as original values. Yeah, this is the real application of mathematics. I was yeah, so this is the real application of mathematics. Before, mathematics looks as something that do not have real application, but we are going to see it. And you can't be a good data analyst or scientist without having such understanding. Very simple component of mathematics. Logarithmic, you don't have to memorize how it works, but know if I give it a value, it will change it and give it a small scale. If the variance of my age was, let's say, 20, now the variance is 0.001, which, yes, it means the values are nearby each other. But the original value was big, 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 but now it's small. The volume of export. 1 year you can import, let's say, 20 tons. Next year you import 1 ton. Do you see the difference? 19 tons. Giving it the model, it won't predict very well. It's better to give it logarithm of those values. We will also see another function called standard deviation, which is also used to shrink the data from big variance to small variance for the machine to understand. So there are so many mathematical functions that you can do within here, yeah? So let's say we have one other application. There are so many as you have seen. But we have the mathematical operations. Let's say you need to calculate the mean of the values. Do we know how to calculate the mean or average? If I give you 5 numbers and I ask you the average or mean, how will you do that? Sum and divide their numbers. That's very simple. So here also we have that function that you can use to compute the mean. If I want the mean, you can simply do so. And then you give it the values. But for us to understand that application very well, let's create a list of numbers first of all. How can I create a list of numbers in Python? Yes. Yes, array. It is array or list. Using brackets. Yes, very good. So let's create it here using NumPy. NumPy array. So it is just giving me this. Let me call it, let me not use 1, 2, up to 5. I can simply use, let me put real numbers. Maybe someone was 25 years old. This man is 25. I'm 50. Who is 33? Maybe someone else is 40. And we have another 55. So if I ask you the average of those people, you can simply use function that, let me call it age instead of just average. Yeah, or array. I don't want to use something that can confuse you. Yeah, so now let me say that I need the average of those age. Computing the average, the mean of array. You see, so it is giving me the code. Just by writing the sentence of what I need, it is giving me the code. Yeah.
So we don't have that.
You need that option as well. If you need, for me, I have become easy since the AI came. Yeah, I will help you to enable the crowd. Now, this is the function I can do. Now I have the average of this edge. Yeah. NumPy.min, and then you put the name of your array. It will simply give you the average. It will simply give you the average of what you want. Do the practice, do little practice. Create an array of edge, and then below you create the average. You print it or you print the average. Simply as that. Yeah. Yeah. Give it a name, check those numbers instead of using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just put some random numbers, which is much better than this. You see the average? Yeah. You can grab it inside the print or whatever you like. Yeah. You can grab it inside the printer, or you just put it the way it is. See that? This is just the average, but we have so many mathematical functions that you can compute. What is other statistical properties that you can do on array instead of average? What are the other statistical computation can you do? Standard deviation. I like that. What else?
Medium.
Median. You said median. What's the difference between mean and median? What's the median of this value? What's the median? That's the median. What's the median there?
No medium.
So what's the median? Head of day. You are the one who said. There is a reason why I'm asking this question. If we understand the difference between mean and median, it will help us.
23, after 14, the median 14.
40 the median. You understand what she said?
Yeah.
So you run from highest to smallest, and you take the one that is there. What if my number? What if I don't had this? What if I had another value? What if I had 45?
2. So,
What if I had this value? What is going to be the median?
We add 40, 45 and divide it by 2.
2 plus 1.
Very good. Very good. So if the data are not odd, this is even now. It means they are not odd. So now the median is not one value.
Yes.
But it's the two numbers that are in the middle. You sum them, you divide by 2.
And
There is
n division 2
Mm.
and n plus 1 division 2.
Exactly. So now, what this is going to help us is, next time we'll need to do what you call data cleaning. So someone, let's say you might have a list of, let's say, total volume of import or exports, and you find that maybe one day or 1 week they did not record the export, but you don't want to do it that week completely, but you need to use one value, either mean or median. When will you choose to use mean to replace the missing value, or when do you need to use median to replace the missing value? I need you to understand this concept. It's very simple to understand. yourself, you know how to compute mean, and you know how to compute the median. So now that you have a list of imports, but one value was not recorded, we need to replace it, either by what? By mean or median. So we use mean when we don't have outliers in our data set. And you use median when you have outliers. You know the meaning of outliers? Outliers, what's the outliers? Outliers. Yes, just the way you're explaining it. Outliers is the, yeah, exactly. So any value that is outside your expected value. Let's assume that within our age, we had someone who had, let's say, 110 years, 110 in Sudan. What is your life expectancy? 110, right?
Yeah.
Your life expectancy is 110. So if I have this value inside here, the mean is going to be around the 60 or around the 70 because of this guy. And if I were to replace missing value with mean, that is going to be incorrect because there is someone who is mistorting or making my mean to be not the real mean. But if now, instead of, if you ask me, this is, let's say, the age of people in one family. Let's say in your family, one person is 25, another is 50, another, and maybe your grandfather is 110, for example. And someone is coming from Ministry of Health or Ministry of Education, say, tell me, what's the age in your family? Just give me roughly number of age, the average age of your family. Or what's the age in this family? He will not specify if he needs mean or median or mode or whatever. What's the age of this family? If you compute mean and you have this person, you are going to do it wrong. You should not use mean in this situation. But rather, which one should we use? Median. Because median, you sort from smallest to the highest, and you take the one that's median. But if you use mean and you have someone who is 110 years, it's going to confuse and give that the average is 60. Yes. Because the sums and divide the numbers. So that's why later on, maybe tomorrow or next another day, we will see how to clean data and see if you have outliers using some plots or analysis, and how to replace some missing values with either mean or median or mode. What is mode? We say variance, we say mean, we say median. What is mode in statistics? Mode.
Value and complicated multi-period.
Very good. Excellent. If I give you the list of age and you see that maybe 25, there are so many people who have 25 than any other age. So the mode is 25. If I give you, let's say, the list of countries we import goods from, and you see maybe Germany is there many times, the mode is German. So I can give you the list of, let's say, the names from Sudan, and you see that Muhammad is there many times. Do you have Muhammad here?
Yeah.
So that means Muhammad is going to be the mode of the age. So the most repeated, more repeat. So when you are going to replace or cleaning data, and you are dealing with the categorical values, column of countries, column of state, column of products, and you see that one product is missing, they did not record it, you use mode, the most repeated. So that's how you deal with it. And you see statistics now is being applicable in the data analysis. Yeah. Let's do other mathematical computations. So let's just do that and print the mean. You see the mean is going to be 51. But how about the median? Let me just do the median. Computing median. Median of the array. I can just do like this. You see, the median is 44 and the mean is 51. That means the reason why it is becoming 51 is because of that person that has 110. So 51 it could be the incorrect average or incorrect a roughly number of age within that group of people. Because mean, if you can write a sentence for your understanding, mean is affected by outliers. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Mean is affected by outliers, but median it does not get affected by outliers. Any other mathematical operation that we need to try? Any other mathematical operation that you believe we want to try? Do you have any mathematical function or statistical function that you don't understand its meaning for me to explain it? Huh? Who has any problem on the mathematical? So who has any mathematical function or any mathematical application or statistical application that you want to understand its meaning? We will have example. We have SPSS is just a software, and you can't compare SPSS with that. SPSS is the oldest version for statistical analysis. SPSS drag and drop something that is constant. You can't put your own variables and so on. No, SPSS is for the old version. If you need the most updated and the strong analytics, always go with Python. We have AI. I'm not coding. You write the comment and AI will suggest you the code. Yeah? So if you want variance, do you know the meaning of variance? Can someone tell me the meaning of variance? Variance. Yes. What's the meaning of variance?
Difference.
So, okay. If the variance is high, what does it mean? If variance is small or variance is high, what's the meaning in the real sense? Let's say I'm giving you the data of the salaries of one institution, and when you compute variance, you see maybe it is 200,000. What does it mean?
The space will then will value.
Exactly. So it gives you the disparity or the spread or the difference, the general difference between the values. So if the variance is small, it simply means no. You don't need to be paid a lot of money than the others. Yeah, that's simply the meaning. If the variance is small, that means the values are just closer to each other. Exactly, that's normal. The same thing that I was telling you, if you have a column of age and you transform it into logarithm when you are trying to compute the models. So it means you are trying to reduce the variance that you had within your values to be small for the model to understand it. So that's simply the meaning.
At which value you can say that the variance is high or low?
It depends. But how do we compute variance? Is it you take value minus mean? You compute mean, right? The variance. you take the value minus mean, and then you square the difference, and then you sum. Yeah, the function to compute the variance. You take the mean first. You look for the mean of your values. Yeah, and then you take each value minus mean. You square the difference. Plus. Isn't? Let me check. So you take. So normally you compute the variance. You take the variance minus mean over the number of those values. So this is the simple function of variance. No, but sometimes variance is also needed. So you can't say that you are looking to the point where variance is enough. So variance, when you want the variance of variance, you take the sum I from 1 up to n, number of the numbers you have. Then you take xi minus mean. This is the average. Then you square this over n, how many they are. So if I were to compute the variance, simple understanding, when it is written this way, people get scared. But the real way to do it is very simple. Yeah, let me just show you from this list. You will understand what this mathematical function is, as you look at there. This x maybe is 6, n is 6, 6, 7, n is 7, n is 7, and then mean. So if I need variance, I'll take this value minus this, square the difference, plus take this value minus this, square the difference, plus take this value minus this, square the difference, plus take this value minus this, square the difference, over 7. I should get the other 66. You see the interpretation of this function? So you take each individual value, subtract the mean of the whole values, square, plus another second value, plus, and then you divide 7. You will get the values. So this is really something that you have to do, and then everything's going to change. So now you can also do what you call slicing the arrays. So we have the list, or we have the list of age, and maybe you need the first two. You need the first two.
Variance from non-by get variance, calculate variance,
How to calculate the variance?
non-by model.
Yes, it's numpy.var. This. Yes, this var. It's a var. Normally use is it shift tab. Let me check the shortcut. There's a shortcut I normally use in Jupyter Notebook. If you have a question, you can ask. The shortcut I like to use in Jupyter Notebook, Shift Tab, but I don't know which one that it corresponds to it here in the VS Code. Shift space. Let's try Shift space. Doesn't. Okay, so that's let's see what we call slicing and sorting the list. Yeah, let me add another code, another line of code. Let me say slicing the list. Slicing the array. Who knows the meaning of sliced bread? Sliced bread. Sliced bread. So we're going to slice this as well. So the slicing, it simply mean how can I take one part? So I have a list of 7 edge. How can I take the first 3? How can I take the middle 3? How can I take the last 2? So it's how can I just take one part of my list? Yeah. Yeah. So this is how you can do that. You can write this, and when you do like this, it will give you the first three edge. Let's see. So it will give me the first 3. And the indexing, you need to understand how Python indexes the values. It starts from 0. It starts from 0. If I ask you the position of this list, so the 25 is on 0 position. This is on 1 position. This is on 2 position. This is on the 3rd, 4th, and so on. So now if I say, please give me the first 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, that's the output. 3, it is not going to be included. It excludes the boundaries. The last one doesn't get included. So this helps me to get the first three item, first 3 edge, first 3 values. Selecting the first three elements in my list. So it is writing the code for me. So I'll do like this, and it is giving me the first 3. So it means it is starting from 0, 1, 2. Stop from there. Yes. 3 is the last, it doesn't include the boundary. So what if I need the from the third, instead you can change the number. Yeah, let me just get something from behind. Yeah, you can come say, no, maybe I need the last 2 or the last 3 from behind. Let me put the comment, and it's going to write the code for me. Slice and get the last 3. Yes, use minus. That's the array, get the last 3 elements. You see the comment? It can also listen to what we are talking about. This machine uses linguistic model. When I speak, it is understanding what I'm going to code. Did I write this sentence? Did you see me writing this sentence? I can't. So you speak, and it is understanding what you're going to code, and it is writing it down. Eh? You need this machine? Buy it. You just have to speak, and it is understanding what we are talking about. The mic is on, so it knows this guy is going to code the last 3 values. Now I put the values there. The code is this, -3 and the dot at the end. So it is going to take everything, the 3 last values from the last to the middle. You can also give me the middle 3 values. So it can tell, okay, go start from 2, because on the 3rd position is 2, and then stop on 6. So it will take 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is how you slice and get some component of your list. You might want to sort it from highest to smallest. That's something simple you can do. Let's see how you can sort it.
Yes.
We're going. Let's sort it. Let's sort our array. Let me just sort it. Sorting the array ascendingly. You see that? It is coding. You see? I will do tab. Now it is going to sort it. np.sort. I run the code. Now I'm sorting this value from smallest to the highest. So this is really something you play around with, and you don't get struggle within your code. So you see, in Python, you can do so many things. So many things. Yeah. You can create a dictionary using curly brackets and then using variant, key variant. Who worked with the MongoDB before? Someone mentioned. I remember you mentioned the MongoDB last time. You can also define JSON file, or we call it directory, dictionary.
Yes.
Dictionary, very good. You specify value, key and values, and then you can even transform that into a table, from a dictionary to a table, and you start doing some average and so on. This is really isn't really interesting. Yeah. So now we have been working with the list or array. Let's create a simple dictionary and see how we can access it. This is what we call data types. Now we finish with the list, so we're going to see a dictionary. We're going to touch on real work. I know when we are on this step, it looks like what's this, why this, why this. But if I give you the data, read it in Python, and start doing functions, now this is work. But we can't go there before you understand even list or dictionary, at least. Yeah. So now we can define a dictionary. When you define a dictionary, use parentheses, and then you specify the keys and values, and then your dictionary will be ready. And you can access its values as you want. Let's just do like this and then say dictionary. Creating a dictionary. There are creating a dictionary. A dictionary. So that's how you create a dictionary. That's how you create a dictionary. You give it, yes, it's just a name. This is a name. You can even call it anything else. But now you need to specify the value, the key and the value. So the name is John, the age is this, the city is this. So you create key and values, key and values, key values, key values. Key in this instant, key is name, the value is John. Here the key is age, the value is 30. Here the key is city, the value is New York. Yeah. So now we have a dictionary of just one values. John, who is 30 from New York. So you define a dictionary using parentheses. Using curly brackets. They are called the curly brackets. This is the curly brackets. Yeah. But now it might happen and say, no, my dictionary doesn't have just John. Maybe you have John and Muhammad. How can I have a dictionary that doesn't not have just one value, but more than one value? So those values now, you specify them using list. Yes. So now if you want, this is a simple dictionary. But it might happen that you need not just to be John, but John with someone else. If there are two people, you can now define them using this parenthesis. It's John with another person. John and Alice. They are suggesting me. So now the age is not just a 30, but it has to be 30 and 35. You see? So now the city is no longer just New York, but you have two cities, because if one value has two values, of course the rest of the values needs to have the corresponding values, because every person needs to have his city, his name, and age. So they might be three. You can still add the comma, adding another person. If you need to add Muhammad, you can do comma and add Muhammad. To add age, comma and add another city. So now it's going to be a dictionary of more than many values. One key, many values. One key, many values. And transforming this into a table, it's just like single click.
Sorting, right?
In sorting?
Sorting, right?
Sorting? You want to sort it?
Name John, his age,
Yes.
or 45. What's his age?
The age of John
Of John.
is 30. Yeah, depending on the position.
Yeah.
So since John is the starting person, his age has to be the first. The second person, the age has to be the second. So the city of John is New York. The city of Alice is Los Angeles. So it has to go with the position. That's how MongoDB works, isn't it?
No.
How does it work?
We look full single object of dictionary, included in this name, John 8:13, and this object and contain another
Inside.
inside, not like this.
Yeah, I see it. This is the simplest.
This is a problem.
Yeah.
How to get age of how to know age of John of Alice. Conflict.
Yeah. There is a conflict there. But now, it is possible you can simply transform this into a table. Yes. We're going to see another package or library that can help you to convert. That structure, it has a JSON file. Is it a JSON? It looks like a JSON file. JSON, Java, JavaScript oriented. Notation.
This object
I see. It's the same. This is going to be the same.
not like this.
Let me see. If you have this name, you have this. So it's the same. You can just do it this way. So you still understand because the object is this. So this is the same as writing just one name once, and this is this in parentheses. Because they are all names, and unless maybe here is not his first name and last name and second name. But since it's just name, it knows that there is just one value called name that has those three values. There's another name, there's another name called key called age has those three values. So it's the same. If you do it this way or the other way, it's exactly the same. So let's finish to create this dictionary, and later on we create we convert it into a table and use. It's 100% the same. Yeah.
If the value of city is just New York,
Yes.
for two person or for a first person.
No, this New York it's for John because now John is the first person, and New York is the first person. So that simply means John is in New York.
If they have no another city.
It will be missing values.
For two.
It
or
will be
for
missing values.
missing value.
If I do like this, you mean if I don't have this, so John will have New York, and Arisa will have missing values.
Missing value.
Yes.
Huh?
Arisa will have missing values. But this way, the way it is right now, if you don't have this city for the last person, Jen, it will have missing value. If you convert it into a table, for us to compute average, minimum, sorting, and so on, that one will be missing value. Just leave it the way it is. Let's convert it into a table, a data frame. So in this concept, a table is called the data frame in Python. So we are just going. This is a dictionary. Let me just run it. Running the code is shift what? Shift enter. Now I have this dictionary that has the values, the key of names, two values, John and Aris, age, 325, and so on and so forth. So we are going to convert this dictionary, which is almost JSON file or MongoDB structure, into a readable table. Let's do that. To do so, you need to import a library called pandas. You have a library called it? Yeah, let's see the install. You need the pandas. You need to install pandas. Pandas is the library that can help you do data manipulation, data cleaning, and data analysis. So because now we are trying to convert something into a table, and the table goes with the data analysis, that's why we need this library or package called pandas. So let's install pandas the same way we have installed the NumPy. Install pandas. So install, you might not have it. Install pandas library. Do like this. Okay, so install it. You might not have it, and then we are going to load it, and then we tell it, please go and read my dictionary and make it as a table. That's the next exercise. We have something which is JSON file or not structured, and we need to make it a table so that we can do average, sorting, minimum, and so on and so forth. Try to install the pandas. It will understand it, I know. I have said so. Pandas, it's mainly used for data analysis, data manipulation, filtering, sorting, cleaning, everything that goes with data analysis, mainly for pandas. NumPy, it was mathematical operations, cosinus, logarithmic, trigonometry, and so on and so forth. But pandas, it is strictly mainly for data analysis and cleaning. Just do the installation, and then we're going to take the pandas. Please go and read that dictionary and bring it as a table. Next exercise will be to read some files. What if I send you something that is in CSV? Do we know CSV?
Yeah.
What is the full definition of CSV? CSV.
Como.
You guys stop on comma. You guys stop on comma. What's the CSV? Comma, and so that's C. What is the SB?
Okay.
What is CSV? You don't know CSV? What is the CSV? I'll take you outside. If you don't know CSV, I'll take you outside. Comma version. No.
Yes, I know this.
What is CSV? You know CSV? Have you seen the CSV file?
I know.
Comma, separate the values. Comma, separate the values. But if you open a file, can you tell that this is comma, this is CSV? With comma, every value, comma, so that's the meaning. Comma, separated value.
You can show
The structure. Yeah.
We call the healthcare version.
Yeah. If I open this file, see how it looks like.
Yeah.
So it means every value has comma. One value comma. One
The
value
limiter is.
comma. Yeah. So it's comma separated values. Let me see if Pandas has finished to install, and then have you finished to install Pandas? So it finished. For those who have finished it, okay, mine also looks like it has finished. Yeah. So if it has finished, let's just import Pandas and read our dictionary as the data frame. So to import Pandas, it should be the same. Importing Pandas library. I would just do import Pandas as PD. PD is the conversion name. You can use any name. Import Pandas as PD. Now, I'm going to read my dictionary as a data frame, as a table. Remember how it was before, my dict. Yeah, reading my dictionary, my dict into data frame. This is the function. So now, if you see pd.data frame and it give you a dictionary, it's going to convert it and give it to you as a table. Now I can print my DF. I hope we're on the same page. You see how it looks like? A table, my brother. And yet it was a list. Are you able to import pandas? Look, I told you. Now you can do the average of age, the sum, the minimum, the maximum, the standard deviation. You can slice and do everything. You can do everything you want. And yet before it was a MongoDB file, we mix the structures. But because pandas is a strong function to understand, you can be able to convert your MongoDB structure or flat files or JSON format there into a table. Try to go above and remove maybe one seat. And then you run it again, and you run it again. It will come and give missing values for the last person.
One value.
Yes.
0 for,
Yes.
for 2 persons.
What?
Zero.
City is just one.
Just
Now,
one.
okay.
But
Yeah.
person is not.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now when you are here,
Yeah.
it's
Zero.
convenient for everyone.
For everyone. Yeah, that's
It shouldn't be the case.
ask for this.
It's convenient for everyone.
No missing value for other.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And when we use this
One value.
Mm.
Zero.
we use not same length.
Yes, I saw.
We get to
But this value. This is not this.
Run
Ah,
that
okay.
last one is there. Run, see if we get a problem there.
this is what
Yeah.
Oh, you see?
Okay.
at the same
Yeah. But I need
They give
this,
me-
this,
no problem.
Yeah, but here you have.
That's
That's why I wanted. But you know, let me see what it is. Let me see your mind.
This,
Let me see what it is.
yeah, without this, yeah, without it's not,
This is
this one,
you are reading.
link into, yeah, it's,
How about my teacher? Your addiction bringing error?
Not the same thing.
Yeah. It is not the same length, like this. Like this. Now, let me do my
this
dictionary.
next,
I dig in dictionary instead of this. Enable AI today. I see. So sometimes it because of the Python versions. This one it is working. For him it is working. You get error when the list does not have the same length. Yeah. But sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's because it depends to your Python version. Maybe one is using Python 3.14, another one is using Python 3.13, Python 3.10. So Python versions. Python version and even pandas versions. Those pandas have different versions.
so if I use it,
It's more.
yeah, so,
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
make it,
Because it's just yeah.
this is not value. But this, if I add someone,
Yes. Yeah, 3 people and then you convert it into this gives you error. That means they don't have the same rank.
the same
You are
is,
trying to compare 3 people with the 2 ages.
yeah,
Or 3 people with the 2 cities. So sometimes it depends to the Python version. Yeah, there are some Python version that will handle that here. But at least it can help you to convert your JSON files or MongoDB files into a table and you can compute the sum and so on. Yeah.
Yes, we can take a break.
Yeah.
So we need 10 minutes.
Let's go install it. Yeah, perfect. Have to install the AI so that when you give a code, it's code. Yeah. It's code. Yeah, without paying. It's good for you for free.
yeah.
Try to give me the
كده هو بيشتغل بس بعدين فاهم لما تدخل الدكتور بتاع الجلوس بتاعه الغالب يتحول للجلوس بتاعه اي واحد ما كله يكون خالص الفورم كله تجيب له الجلوس بتاعه الجلوس بتاعه عروض يعني 30 الجلوس بتاعه ايوه ما زي كده ما ليه كل هذا اصلا
قدم الداخلي ده جوا ده
This is a camera.
خلاص داخل جوا الله عندي ورق ولا
يعني قلت هنا إذا في الغلاء
لا مخففين ولا مصريين ولا بس شغلتهم كتير شوية
لا تتكرر
ما مشكلة
هنا الصح أساسي
برضه محدش صح على أساس هاي الصح على أساس كده دي جوا
يكفي في واحد اثنين مرة
Or 5G, yeah. This one. The password is innovate. I'm not sure if your keyboard. Keyboard is Arabic keyboard. You see? So now you modify, you change the name. You rename it correctly. It is called the trade underscore imports and export dot CSV. Don't touch on CSV. CSV is extension. Fabri, okay. Fashion probably done. Did you already download the file? Okay. If you have downloaded the file, go and put it in the same folder where your Python file is saved. This Python file you are working in, how is it called? Is it Python class? Understand this concept. You have downloaded the file of data, okay? Go in your computer, copy it, go and paste it in the folder where your Python class is saved. They need to be in the same folder. If not, you won't be able to read it. But you can, but it will be complicated. So copy those data and go and paste that file in the same folder of where your Python file is saved. It's done? It's done? Very good. Very good. So now we are going to read it here. So we're going to read our CSV file, which is the trade import and export here in the Python, and we start doing some analysis. Yeah. So now I can put the comment here, reading the CSV file into Pandas data frame. So make sure that the file you just downloaded, it is saved in the same folder where this file of Python is saved. If that is okay, Now we can start coding. Yeah. So now I'm going to be to read. Let me call it trade data. Trade underscore data equal to pd dot read the CSV. This is the command to use. Read import export. You need to write it correctly the same way the file is named. Export CSV. Let me just cross this. You see that? Sorry. So now this is just the code I want us to write. Leave this alone. So make sure that this name, it's exactly the same name you have named your file. No S, no space, no whatever. The same way, this file, the way it is, that's how I'm writing it. If you misspell and forget one character, it won't know it. So the same file that I have here, that's the same name that I'm giving. So now pandas, which is PD, remember we have imported the pandas as PD, read the CSV, so you go and be able to read the CSV files. You can read as many files types as you can. There are so many data files that you can read. Try to check all the possible data format that you can read. You can do PD dot read. No, it's PD dot read. If I do like this, you see read, just before I complete the code, I can read the CSV, can read Excel, can read the Faith, I can read this HDFS. Who knows HDFS? HDFS. HTML. Hadoop. HDFS is Hadoop. Yes, but in full, HDFS is what? It's Hadoop. H is Hadoop. D stands for distributed files system. HDFS is a Hadoop distributed file system. HTML, you can read the HTML file in Python and you bring it as table. You can read the JSON file. You can read data from Oracle, Packet. So you can read SPSS file. If you give me data that is in SPSS, I can read it in Python and I get it as a table. You can read SQL. Yeah, if you send me a table that is in insert, select, and whatever, I can still read it here and get it as a table and start my analysis. That's the code to use. You can read Starter. Starter is for data analysis as well. You can read the table. There are so many XML. That's so many data format that you can read inside Python. But our exercise of today was to read just CSV, but you have seen there are so many data types you can read. Yeah. So now if you run this code, you can also go and print this data frame. If I run this, so it will show me all of this table, but this looks weird. Let me just do like this. Let me not print it. If you print it, it will come all of it. That's why it's a lot. Yeah. But now that we have read our table, what if you need to see the first top record? That's what you're going to see. So you have read the table or the data from Excel or from CSV in Python using pandas. But you need to see the top first rows, just a few of them, to see how your table looks like. There is a code that we call head. Head, it helps you to display the first top rows of the table. The first sample. So let me just put the comment there, but reading or displaying. It's just displaying the top 10, the top number you like. Displaying, what's this? Displaying the first row. So you need to specify your table name, your data frame, and then you put the head. The command is called the head. So if I put this code, it will show me the code, date, country, product code, trade type, values, and quantity in tons. That's the table that I have. Yeah, it is just showing me the first 5. But by default, you can change this number. Inside there, you can put 10, the first 10. But by default, it shows you just 5. You see that? You see what header does? Can even put 4. So it can show you how the table, how the first 4 rows on your table. Mohammed, do you see that? At least I know we have Mohammed in the class. You see?
No.
No, Muhammad? You see, so if you do the head, you put any number, it will show you those top first rows. You see that? You might need the last 5 rows. You use the tail. If you need the last 5 rows or last 10, use the tail and you put the number you want. Let's just show the last. Yeah, from the end of the table. Let me tell you to display the last. Displaying the last 5 rows. The command is called the tail. You see, you take the table dot tail. So it will show you the last, the last 10, the last 5. You can change this 5 to 10. It's up to you to decide. If you want 7, you can put the 7. If you want 10 or 11, you can put the 11. So it will show you the very last data, the very last end of your table. As you can see, it is telling me that the last record we have, it is on the position of 25,969. This is the last record we have. So tail, instead of head, we are using tail. Do you understand what tail does? The difference between tail and head? You? So, yeah, the bottom. The bottom. If you read the data from the bottom, did you read your CSV in Python yet? Data. You have table? You need to be good. You are not big here. And you want to go back to Python. If you don't go fast, you will stay here until you understand. You are not going to Khartoum. I know you miss Khartoum, but you are not going. Make sure the file is in the same folder with your very good. So this is how you can just visit to see the field data.
Yeah.
And I hope you know also how you can read database within Python. If you have MySQL, you have username, codes, and host password, you can read SQL table in here, and then you perform your analysis. We will see that, inshallah. We'll see that. It's simple. You see, so now you can be able to see the head, which is the top, or the tail, which is the bottom. From top or from very last. And you specify the number of record you need to see. Make sure it is within the same folder, that file you are reading. I can guess the problem. For me, I can guess the problem. So that's 5 put it on here and desktop. Aim to the desktop. That's the code. That's the code. Copy the data. Copy the okay, she wants to remove. Put it in. It's my part. But the problem with that, sometimes if you change the folder we are going to save it, installing the libraries will bring the problem. Yeah, you see. So you can do a lot of things. So now you have the table, you have the data insights, you can do a lot. Visualization, cleaning, statistical computation, replacing missing values. There are some couple of missing values you have in our data that I have put there willingly for us to see how you can replace it. Yeah. So assume you are working with the Minister of Import and Export and they're giving you this table for you to make sense of it. To make the prediction, what's going to be the future import, what's going to be the future export. So with this data, we will do that. Yeah. Let's the coding finish it to set up the systems and then continue.
Can you use count to count rows and columns?
You want to count? You want to know the number? Use it. If you need to know the number of rows and columns, it can show you that at the end. Yeah, the count. But the most useful function when you need to know the number of rows and columns, you use the shape. You have a function called shape. Data.shape. Run that. You need to know the size or the structure, the number of rows and columns that you have in the table. So use shape. Shape is the function that's used to know that size. Yeah. If I need to know the structure of the table and know how big my data is, I can use this. Yeah, showing the size, the number of rows and columns of data frame. You use the shape. You see that? The function is called the shape. You take your data frame dot shape. If I do like this, it will tell me that I have these rows and these columns. You see? Rows and columns. Just the shape. You can bring your day. So now you can start doing the next analysis. Add so many lines, so many sets. So now it's working. You can go ahead. You can do tail. You can add as many sets as you want. So now you can do head and tail. Dot shape. Yeah. Just start with the comment. Start with the comment. Where's the comment? Where's the Arabic keyboard? Put fast 5 rows. Display, just write that. Display fast 5 rows. Display, right? Display, right here on the comment. Display, yeah, it's tab, to write the comments. Then you run, shift enter. You see how it's showing you the first. Yes, now come here again. Now we're going to see the last comment, hash comment. Yes, the comment. Display last, yeah, tab. No, last, it's last. Display, wait, last, tab, right, you come here, press this, first with the last. So you need to see the last, yeah, the last. This. So now we can do tab. So it is writing code for you. Tail will help you to see from bottom. Now we can do the next. Show the size, the number, hash. You are right. Yeah. Show the size
Size.
Yeah, show size. Okay, no problem. Do tab. No, it's a tab, not enter. This is a comment. Yes, size of data. No, show, display, no problem.
Size.
Display, right? Or show size of data. Show, size of data, tab. That's it. Tab again. Shift enter, run the code. Now you see that's the role you have the code. You give it a comment and it's code. A comment to what you want and then it's code. You don't have to struggle. Life has become much easier. You just write a simple sentence and it will know what you want to code. So we have seen how you can simply get the size, know the number of rows and number of records or number of columns you have. That's very simple. So we are together now?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So now there are so many things that you can do when you have a table. Yeah? So let's say you have a table like this and you don't know if you have a column that is date or it is a text or number or whatever. So data can have so many data types. It can be float, can be string or text. In Python, you call it a string or objects or number or numeric. What if one column of amount, it is text? Will you be able to sum and do average of amount or average of tons or export volume? Maybe it is just the value, but in front of value, they put 100 symbol. When there is 100 symbol, Python will understand it as a text or objects. But maybe in the future, you will need to do average, minimum, or maximum. That will not be possible until you check if the data types are right. So how can I write a function in Python that can tell me the data types of each column? You can write the sentence, right? I'm not going to code it. Yeah, it's info. Very good. But write the sentence. I don't have to memorize the code. I just have to write the sentence of what I want. Look, I say, show me the data types of every column. Yeah, data types of each column in my data frame. You see that? It is D types. D types is the correct command. Even info we do, but this D types is much better. Just write your sentence of what you want. The code will be displayed. You go with the tab. You see? So you type it and then it is telling me that date is a string, country is a string, product category is a string, the trade type is a string, the value in US is a float which is number or numeric, and the quantity tons also it is number. What is the problem do you have here? The problem. Date. Very good. So that means even if you have a date, it was not recognized as date. So it is taken as text. So now we need to convert this from text to date. Casting. That's you can cast it, or you can simply use the function that you have inside the functions. There are so many functions.
Yeah.
But we have seen the problem. You see the problem there. So we have read the data that someone sent us from the Ministry of Import and Export for further analysis. But we have to check if the data types are correct. We don't want to bring the value in USD or quantity in tons and they are there as a string. Or we don't want to bring dates as a string because we have the data types of date and the time, timestamp, and so on. This date, you want to be able to do total volume per week or per month or per year. Because the date is not recognized as date. How can you use pandas or Python to convert something that is a string into date? Very simple function. Very simple. So let's just write a sentence that converts date from string to date data type. So this was a big issue. You wouldn't read your data and date come as a string. If that is the case, you have a problem in the future. You want to be able to do total volume or total amount on weekly basis or month to month. You want to be able to compare one month to another month because the date is not into the date format. So the next step is to convert this date to change from string to date as format as date, so that we can do time series analysis. We can, you done? Write a sentence. You write a sentence. As long as you understand the concept of what you are trying to do. So let's convert our date into date from string to date. I'll put the sentence there. Convert. The command is convert. Convert date column to date format. Just that. That is enough. This is the Python code. I'm done. You only need to have the idea of what you want. You write a very simple 2 or 3 words, and it is coding. You see that? Now, when you run that, when I run that command with the shift enter, and come back and show these trade data types, you can come and run the top one again. It will show you that now it is recognized as a date. Remember before I had a string here. Here I had a string. You remember? You remember?
Yes.
Here I had the string as data type. But now it is date. Next time I'll be able to, but it is date because I just ran this.
Yes. Me.
Yes.
Me.
Miami, what's Miami? I can explain it. Miami is 100%. Yes. It's Arabic. Is it Arabic?
Yes.
Miami.
Arabic.
Miami.
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Lema is the one who said Mia.
Miami. 100%. I see.
Very good.
Yeah. Just put good sentence. You don't have to code. What are you doing? It's convert. My sentence. Okay. Did you finish to convert?
Yes.
Data summary. So what's convert? I need to convert it from date because this is string. I need this string to be a date format. So now it's not. It's convert. The command is convert. Convert. Yes, it's convert. Convert. Yes. Hash convert. Convert. Converting. That's it. No, convert it. Convert. Write it. Convert.
Convert.
Yeah. Convert. No. Read.
Converting.
No. Converting the date. Converting the date. The date. Yeah. No. Repeat. Converting
Converting the data.
the date. Date.
Convert string to date.
Converting date. Convert date. Just write it. Convert date. Keep typing. No, it's E. Converting. Arati. Type. Convert. Space. Date. Tab. Tab again. That's what we did. Let me run. So now the date column will no longer be just as a string, but it's going to be converted into the normal date. Now you can do further analysis. Yeah. So this is really important step because if this date is not being well recognized, you want to be able to do a summary on weekly basis or monthly basis or yearly basis. It's a very interesting component. Mind about the data types always. Data types is one of the stranger or the critical part of data analysis. You can't take a column of age when it is recognized as a string. You will face an error soon. Yeah. So now we can also check if the descriptive statistics. Yeah. So you can if you need to check the descriptive statistics, I've seen so many people have done it, or summary statistics. You can just call it summary statistics. summary statistics of data frame. If you need to know the summary statistics of data frame, you put this describe. This describe will mainly work on the continuous columns, on the numerical columns. So summary statistics, it will be on the numerical columns. Python will go and read all of your columns and know the ones that are number or numeric, and give you all of those mathematical or statistical components. It will give you the mean, the average of volume. It will give you the minimum variance or the smallest. To give you 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, and the maximum value and the standard deviation. What is percentile? What is this 25, 50, and the 75? Can someone explain one of those? 25 percentile, 50 percentile, and 75 percentile.
This is quarter.
Quartile. Yes, percentage the same as quartile. So you have to group your data from highest to smallest and look for one range, middle range, and the smaller range. Normally, it ranks from highest to smallest. Now the 75 percentile, it will be the highest, the middle, and the smallest values. Yeah, partitioning. You partition your data into equal parts from highest to smallest. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So we have also another component that can help you to know the characteristics of your data, or data types and missing values. So you can show the summary, not the summary statistics. Show info. It is info, but information on the data set. So use info, the information. Now, if you do like this, it will show you the info. So the info function, the information on the data set. Do you see this? Look at what info is giving. Now we are able to know where we have missing value and where we don't. Remember the size of our data set. Our data set had how many rows? We had 25, 9, 70. Yeah? But look at here. How many quantity do we have?
25, 1.
You see the difference? Nine. You see that this nine what means? And this is 9, so that means you have 3 nars in the value in the USD. So this is the nar. Nar means where we have the real values. So there are somewhere we have missings within it. That's what it means. Because the nar, okay, in the dates we all have values because it is equal to the entries we have. But when you go to the country, we have 68. That means there are 2 countries that are missing. When you read that data set, you will see that there are somewhere in the countries there is no country. If you go in the product category, 66, that means 4. 4 is missing somewhere, and so on and so forth.
This is the size. When null values. That.
Exactly. It's the total number of non values in that column. So now we are going to see how can you know the total number of missing value or null in each column. And then later on we clean it. We replace it with some values we want. Let's write a sentence to see the total null or missing values on each and column, in each and every column. Put your sentence. I hope you are now good programmers. You put the sentence and you get the code. Write it. I need you to show me the total missing values in each column. I'm not going to code it. If you are good and you have been going to put the good comment, and you're going to get the result.
Are you able to code? You aren't you using? Yeah. Very good. Write the sentence. Start with the hash of comment. Is the AI working?
No.
Okay. Okay. We have to
Do it.
put the comment first of all.
Then
Hash, and then you put comment. There are people who are slow. We enable it. We enable AI. We make sure this AI is working. You see that? So now you are able to know the total number of missing in every column. You just write the comments. Yeah. Show me.
Value of that.
Yeah. The missing value. Data frame. You see, so you can even do this. I'll run my code and it's telling me that I have 0, 2, 4, 1, 3, and 389 in those columns that are missing. What next? Replace it. We can simply replace it, but you have to be careful. Now you have to replace one by one, because what you replace with the country, it should not be the same of what you have to replace with the product category or trade type or USD value in USD or so on. So let's say that maybe we need to replace country with the most repeated value in the country, because the categorical. When data is categorical, you replace with the mode. When data is numeric or number, something like value in USD or quantity in tons, you can replace with either mean or zero or median or minimum or maximum, because it is number now. But on something like trade type, you need to replace with the type, which is the most repeated or mode. So now let's write a sentence and say, please go and replace country with the most repeated or mode of that countries. The best is that, I'm telling you, because if it is a categorical, you have to replace it with the mode, the most repeated values. Yes. If it is numeric or number, many people replace with the zero or mean or median and so on. So it depends to the businesses or requirement. Let's say maybe there is also another method called forward fill or backward fill. Let me explain. That is really important component. Let's say you have this value, and you are working at Ministry of Environment. Yeah, Ministry of Environment, and they are asking you to predict the Celsius or degrees Celsius of tomorrow. But your data, the historical data you have, maybe on Monday, you had, what is the average degrees Celsius in Somalia? The average temperature. 40 you are dying. 40 will be boiling. What's that? 35. It's even higher.
No, it is very good. Yes,
Sometimes-
yes, to 50.
You're dying. So now, 37. So let's say on Monday, your system, or they have the thermometer, they recorded 37. On Tuesday, they recorded maybe 37.2. On Wednesday, they recorded the 38. On Thursday, they recorded, let's say, 38.9, something like this. But on Friday, there were no power, and maybe it did not record at all. You had missing. On Saturday, maybe you had 40. On Sunday, maybe you had 40.1. Yeah? And they are asking you to do the prediction and tell what is going to be the rain of tomorrow or next month. Because of this missing, you
time series models, they will not allow you to remove this. But they will give you the option either to replace with the mean, median, or minimum or maximum. The most cases in this situation, they use the previous value. Even in exchange rate, I know you don't like money, but if you are in the exchange rate and they are telling you that $1 in Sudan, how much $1 in Sudan? In the Sudan is 6,000.
6 pounds.
6 pounds.
Like this, $1 is this in Sudan.
Only 6
Yeah.
Around this, around this. 6K, $1 is 6,000.
Yeah.
Maybe that was on Monday. On Tuesday, it was 6,001. On Wednesday, it was 6,002 maybe. On Wednesday, maybe they did not work. It was a holiday. Maybe it was Eid Mubarak.
Yes.
Maybe they not or Juma, I don't know. Maybe here it was 60,004 and so on and so forth. Maybe here it was also another holiday. Here you had maybe 6,004.5, something like this. And they are telling you to predict what's going to be the exchange rate for the next days. The models, most mathematical models, they will not allow you to read those dates. They don't want to jump something. So because they don't want you to jump, you would rather use average, and average is going to be biased in this situation because exchange rate of this is mostly nearby the previous day than the average of all dates. You see? So we have also another method of where you can do forward fill missing value using the previous value. So now you can use Python function which is ffill. It's ffill. This one, it can help you to say, okay, now give me this column, but whatever you see missing value, use the previous value. Whatever you see missing value, fill it with the previous value. And it will be done on a big table. You don't have to count that you have had 368 missing values. How are you going to do it one by one? No, one function to do it in a second.
Fast.
In a second. This is calling filling values. So now let's tell Python to fill our country column with the most repeated value. So we can apply so many methods. Yeah. Let's tell it to clean and fill the missing values with the most repeated. You have to specify the column you're going to fill because it's sometimes not good to yeah. So let's say fill the missing values in country column with, you see, it is now telling me to put unknown, but maybe I don't want to use unknown. Let me use with mode. Let me do like this. With mode of the country. So see the code. Let me see. So with the mode of the column. I don't know why it's bringing issue, but anyways, I'm going to inspect it. So now you take this, feed the country.mode in press true. I'm missing parentheses, maybe. You see. So this code, it is going to do it in press. It's just a lot of code, but that's what it's going to do. It's going to go and compute the mode of the country and be able to know the most repeated countries and use it and press whatever you have missing value in the country, you will find what was the country that is there many times and take and fill it in there. You see? You don't have to code it as long as you understand the business question or idea of what you are trying to implement. Don't struggle. You see? So you write a good sentence, fill the missing value in the country column with the mode of the column. That's my sentence. You can use your own sentence as long as they sound the same. It doesn't need to be mine. Don't use show. Use replace, use whatever, as long as the content is the same. If you run that code, the data frame will have, you will no longer see it. You have to type. You are struggling. So I just say country, field NA, take your table, put parentheses, take this, the country, more than this. Let me see if I can minimize this. Yeah, I will be able to see. That's the code. So now you can, everything that we had that were missing in the country disappear, replaced by the note. Now my data is okay. If someone has asked me any question, I don't have now to worry. Let's clean it and see how we can also take this data that we have already cleaned and save it back to send it to them. So now we are doing a lot of things in Python. We have taken the data, we have identified that there are some missings, we are trying to replace them and cleaning. So after that, we take the result, we do what? We send it back. We save it. We are going to save it in our machine. The data that is already cleaned without any problem. We save it back as a CSV or Excel, and we can send it to email for someone else to see the output.
If you can.
Mm. Yeah, for people who are typing, please try to be quick. So whatever things you are doing, you can save it back as CSV or as Excel, and you send it to your colleague who has given you that assignment. So most of the work of data scientists or data analysts, it will be a request like this. I have this messy data, there are some missings, some values. Please, can you clean it and make it well and send it to me back? So now we have the file, we are doing the process. We're going to save it in the machine and then have it as attachment in your computer. So you can open your email or WhatsApp and you send it back. And you will be sure that whatever you had missing in the column of country, now it has replaced by the mode. Whatever you have missing in the product, maybe we fill it with the unknown. Whatever we have the missing in the trade type, you fill it maybe with the mode, whatever you like. Whatever you have the missing in the value in the US, you can fill it with the average. And whatever you have missing value in the quantity in the tons, you can fill it with mode. When you finish, you send it back. You save it as the local result file that is already cleaned. Now you send it to your colleague who has sent it to you. No, Python is really super powerful, especially when you are using these AI tools that you write a sentence and it is giving you the code. The life becomes much easier. The life becomes sweet. You sit there and you drink your water, and the machine is doing the work. You go home, you drink your camel milk, and you sleep. You drink your camel milk and you sleep. See?
When I need to fill the missing value
Mm.
using value before and value or value
Or after.
after,
Mm.
and use median or
No, if you use that approach,
yeah.
write a sentence. Let's do it on the product. It's a field NAM. You see here, instead of, you see, so you take the column you want to fill and you put this function called field NA, and in the middle you put what you need to replace it. So you will see another code, the code method equal to FIL or F fill. That means you need to take a previous value to fill the whatever you have value. If you have a missing value here, that part will be filled like this. So you can also use the other way around. So let's do it on this next step to fill the product category with the previous value. Write a sentence and say, please fill the missing value in the column called products with the value with the previous value. So that, or the value before the missing. It will write the code for you. Yes, you see that? Put the sentence. Yes, we press. What's it? Feeding missing value in the country with this. Yes, that's very good. That's very good. He has done it.
Done.
Yes. Now?
We are not check.
No, it can't be. Let me see. Did you run this? Okay. So now. You know what? So if that is the case,
Then
let me show you. Make your complicated questions. Sometimes it works like that. Might let me press shoot also. So now we need to take the country. We need the country. Then we somebody to the context. So now so
then in the
yeah. It means in press sometimes unless you do it on the whole data set, so that on the column it gives us that form. Yeah, but you see now. Yeah. So for this, for us colleagues, look, for us to make sure that this is working, let me do like this and also see. After running that code, if it worked, that means here, if I do this code, I should be able to see zeros, but now the country is not cleaned. So to make sure that this works perfectly, you need to use sorry. Oh, weak. So here now you need to take that. Take trade data country. Put country as value there like this. Yeah, to be equal to this. So that simply means you are taking the existing country. That means you are taking the existing column called the country and replace it with the country that already is replacing missing value. So take everything that you had and before it, you put trade data country equal to everything that we had. That simply tells that existing country be replaced with this country we are computing. Now, when I run this code, and if I come on top and check the missing value in every values, the country will tell me that I have 0 missing value. You see what it means? So that means the other 2 missing values is already cleaned. So let's do the same on product category and replace with the previous values. So you can come here and put good comments. You already know how to code. You put the comment, say replace missing value. Replace missing value. Replace missing value. Missing values in a product category. The product underscore category with the previous column. Let me do like this. With the previous, you just have to be with the previous value. So you see, with the previous value in that column. See the sentence I just wrote. With the previous value in that column. That comment is enough for me to come and have this code, product category, and take this. You see now what it has done? Yeah. Okay, very good, thanks. So now if I do tab, it is going to write code for me. Okay, correct. So now here I have the code. So now instead of computing the mode inside the field NA, it is saying method field forward. This is the forward field. It means whatever I have missing value, it will be using the prior value. Whatever I have missing value, it will use the previous value. Missing value replaced by the previous value. So let's what Firene got an expect keyword method. What? Why? This might be got an expected keyword method. Normally, it depends to the versions. When you get this kind of error, it's mainly due to the version of pandas, mainly because this has been working. So they update those packages time to time. Maybe we are using pandas, well, I don't know the version, but you can also check the version of your pandas. Let me do like this. But it should work. Huh?
Work is fill,
Fill.
FL. Remove fill NA on this function
Hmm.
and replace just fill.
I remove this.
Do fill dot fill
Fill.
F fill.
F like this.
Aywa.
Like this.
Yes, as function.
As
Remove
function.
inside. Remove inside function.
Okay, I remove everything.
Yeah.
I remove this.
As mentioned.
I close
Close.
like this.
Yes.
Is it fill F or F fill?
F fill.
It's F fill.
F fill.
It's F fill. Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they change the functions due to the versions. You see, now it is working. So now it means any missing value, it is being replaced with the previous value. So now you can even do B fill, that would be a backward fill. Missing value filled with the following values. Let's do B fill on the other column called trade type. We're going to fill the trade type using the previous, not previous, but the following values. So filling trade type column with the next value of the column. This next value is the same. You see, now the code is BF. So this is the backward fill. One is the forward fill, another one is the backward fill. So that means anywhere that you see the missing value, like here, that VF, what we do, if you have a missing value on Friday, we use the Saturday value. If you have missing value here, we use the backward fill. So this is the way you can prepare and clean your table, and it will become ready to be analyzed. No matter where it is coming from, they can give you this kind of data from database, and then you bring it in Python, you do those manipulations that you believe cleaning it using SQL is going to be complicated. You clean it with Python, and then you save it back as a CSV or Excel, you send it to them.
I have if we connect this database,
Yes.
another database,
Yes.
and cleaning this value,
Yes.
you is this you
Affecting the-
affecting database or in memory, just in memory?
No, it does not affect directly the database. So it is in the memory of Python.
Yes.
So in the same way, what we are doing, it is not changing the other Excel CSV we read before. It is still the same. If you go and open it, it is still the same. But you are doing some manipulation within Python. If you finish, you can choose to dump it in other table, or you can choose to save it as another file. But what we are doing here, it is not changing the other original Excel file that you have downloaded.
Not real time.
Yet not real time. Unless you finish and you feel like you want to save another version, which is cleaned. Or you need to take what you have cleaned from database, and maybe you have created another MySQL database and you need to insert it into another table. So it doesn't affect the source.
Yeah.
Yes, you take something from the source, you do the manipulation, grouping, cleaning, adding new columns. Once you're done, you dump it somewhere else, you download or you do whatever you want. This is just on the memory of Python.
Create sample or database
And Python?
and need some
Mm.
cleaning,
Mm.
save another
Mm.
table in that.
And you take that table, you push it in a database.
Another,
And in database, you have two tables. The original one with the some problems and the new one that is already cleaned.
yes.
It's simple. We can even ask AI to do it for us.
You do the show.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that tomorrow, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Yeah. So now let's finish our work of cleaning. Cleaning is one of the parts. So we are going to clean the thread type is already cleaned with the backward fill. If I do like this, we remain with the quantity value USD. So let's fill this value USD with average and maybe quantity with the median. So clean it. You understand what you're going to do. Let's clean this value in USD. Replace missing value with the mean or average, and then we will replace the quantity in tons with the median. We have explained the difference between average and median. When you have outliers, you clean with median. So let's replace the value USD using mean. Yeah. Let me write my comment. Replace value USD missing values in value USD. Write your column very well. USD column with mean. You see, it's done. I don't have to struggle. You see? Sorry. So it is done. Now it is taking the field missing value and it computes the mean and then replace it. So this code will simply take the value we have in the column code value in the USD and replace it with the mean, with the average of that column. So we can now fill the last column, which is export in tons or quantity tons with the median. Okay? I hope we are together. Those who are typing, are we together? Yeah. So let's do the last one, the very last step of replacing this very quantity tons with the median. I put the comment with the hash and say replace missing values in quantity tons with median. It's median of that column. You see? So now I can do enter and do enter and I'm done. You see? You can even put on a new line if you believe that it is not showing very well. You can choose to put something on a new line. Okay, very good, yeah. So I can bring it to where it was. You see, so now the other column of quantity in tons, it is no longer with the missing values, but we have replaced, what do you want really? Any press true. So that any press sometimes is even mandatory, not mandatory. So do like this. Now it is completed. If I come and run the other command that shows me the total missing value in every column, you see my trade data, it is now clean, no missing value. Whatever we had missing value, we have now cleaned it and we are good to go. So now the next step, if you finish to do this cleanup, what else can you do? Let's say you finish this work and a colleague of yours said, please, once you finish do this process of cleaning and so on, send it to me back at that file. Now it is within Python. So how can you save something from Python to your CSV file or Excel? That's what I'm going to do. Let's finish this assignment. For those, write the comment and save it as a file. For those who are quick or faster, try to do the last step, which is to save as a file. You give a good comment, a good sentence, and it's going to code for you. Write a good sentence. So just the code's there. Now give it another name. You can clean it very good. I like the name. Now this is the value. This is the data. So now you can go and send it. It is a CSV file. You can go and in your WhatsApp and give it or to her without any missing value, without any problem with it. Yes. So now you can go in the email and then you attach. Or on WhatsApp, you send it back.
I continue in AI, so
You want to send it to your notebook. Don't kill me, man. You can send it by with it. Okay, right here to send, maybe. Maybe it is there. Who knows? You want to write the AI there and then you send it.
yeah, it makes us make like in attempt
Yes.
schedule.
Yes.
Schedule our result or flow to analysis
Mm.
with analysis module.
Yes.
When client upload file
Mm.
and send to N at N
Yes.
and
Mm.
N at N book
Yes.
book cleaning
Yes.
module
Yes.
and
And send it.
That's
That's possible. You can use Power Automate,
Yeah.
or you can use batch file.
Yes.
Batch file, and you schedule task manager. You have something called task manager in Windows,
Yes.
and then you can save your .py. Now you don't have to save it as a Jupyter notebook file or IPYNB. So it has to be .py. That's all of those the processes, and then you schedule the days. You say run every time. It goes within your emails. It looks for the files, take it, come and run the file and code, and then save the output in the desired folder, and then take that file that is the same, upload it in the email, send it. That's a process you can simply do.
Yes.
Now you are into automation expert.
Yes.
It's very good. I'm telling you. Yeah. To be honest, this is very good. Let's see where your facility. So this text says this and matching, so means you are using random things. Median, from median, comma, increase. This one is here. Then what you do, you only change this median to mean, and also mean to mean. Do this. This quantity So now you can go ahead and check with this. If you run this code, you should be able to see now you don't have a missing value. Maybe on the country, that's the value by state. If you have that, just copy this value and this. And put it here. At the start, you all country, if I run, that two missing value. You can simply create here. Let's do this. We can do this. So now it's
I
like
don't know.
this.
Okay.
And you just
الزرار اللي عملوها هنا بتلاقي كبير يعني. الزرار اللي عمل البلاد زي كده يعني.
So now instead of using code, use for
خلي الباقي يعملها
لا الزرار بتاع النزيل والتنزل فيه بتاع
so that means if this is missing, if this is
البداية
missing,
كده
this
التنزل
maybe run like this. So now if you run this code, that means you have is the has no more missing value.
لازم عنده
So
خطوات.
now the next step, I will save it out, take the help to save in the local machine. So now it is a cleaner, help him to save it in the local machine. So the last step was how can we now take our cleaned data that we have already done a lot of manipulation, we save it so that we can send it on email, on WhatsApp. Yeah? So now we are going to save, you do like this, save the cleaned data. Yeah? Save the cleaned data frame to new CSV. So I'm trying to take the data that we have been cleaning, replacing missing value with the mode, with the medium and so on, and save it in the computer so that I can send it to someone. This is the code. So you take this df.2csv and then you give it a name and then you run. So it means within my folder, if I open this folder, I will come and see this file called cleaned data. That is saved right now.
Can I save as Excel?
Yes, you can save it as Excel. You have all the CSV also as Excel, but you can also say save it as Excel. Change save it as Excel. Yeah, save the cleaned data as Excel file. There you go. So you have two Excel. I do like this. Now the file is going to be created. No, it's just a simple function. Maybe we need to import one library.
Yes.
When you are working with Excel, you need to install this function. If this function is installed, it should work and save it as Excel. You see, so this is really interesting. You can save it as Excel, but let's for now save it as CSV. So now the file is saved, called cleaned trade data without a missing value. Whatever there is missing value was filled according to our wish. Yeah. So tomorrow we will see a lot of manipulation that you can do with this: filtering, sorting, grouping, and plotting, and doing some real manipulation, like visualization, creating profile. How we can also create a quick visualization using HTML inside Python. There are fancy libraries that you click and everything is going to work on your site. No coding, one sentence, you get the code.
Prevention.
Prevent.
Protection.
Detection.
You want to protect
Detection.
prediction.
Prediction.
It's a day at home tomorrow. But you understand already what you have to do. Understanding is the best part. Doing is easy. You have seen it.
You want to jump? You want to jump?
No, you can't jump. You can't jump. You have to go slow by slow. But tomorrow yeah, if you have your own data, why not? You can simply do the prediction.
When I do visualization,
Mm.
connect the board
Yeah,
analysis.
Yeah, it is possible.
Board analysis, exit.
Yes, this can also replace the process of Power Query. In Power BI, you can deal with Power Query, but also you can run this code inside the Power BI.
Yes, but with Python, visualization or
It's there.
You can even do the dashboards using Python.
It's there. Yeah, it's there. It is there. It is there. We will see some part of it
In board BI or is this visual course?
everywhere. You can do it wherever you like.
Mm.
If Power BI is banned in your country and they don't give you the license to buy from Microsoft, you can go with this.
Yes.
Even you can build dashboard using this.
Yeah.
But
How do you know?
How to know?
Unexpected value.
Unexpected value. Outliers. If there are outliers, we see tomorrow. Box plot. There is a chart that tells you that one column has missing value or not. Or outliers.
Outliers.
It calls outliers. Yeah.